So I don't have the video capture software or the stuff y'all play y'all videos on, Hey, I just like play my stuff on my phone, but anyway, excuse me. I want to play something and this was coming from Fox News. And this is what I was talking about. Just listen for a minute.
Juliet, for this block. Well, it was inevitable that liberal filmmaker Michael Moore would weigh in on the gun control debate, and it was no surprise that he blamed the mass shooting on, of all things, racism.
I think we're very frightened people. I think we've been frightened ever since we landed on these shores. We were frightened of the native people. We were frightened of the slaves we brought over, as we should have been. And we've lived, and those in power have known how to manipulate us with fear. Fear is used to the point where everybody feels like they've got to have a gun in the house. So why is that? What are they really afraid of? What do they think of? Who's going to break into the house? Do they? It's little freckle-faced Jimmy down the street? I don't think so. I don't think that's who they're afraid of.
Okay, so he's basically talking about, Kimberly, how somehow white people have guns. I'm assuming to keep away from black people, which is just, it's so beyond the pale. Every time he does this, he just loses credibility.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he's insufferable. And look at him. It's tough to take. I hear what he has to say. It's worse. I mean, he doesn't make any sense. He's part of the problem. He's the one that creates the hysteria. He's a divider. He's not a uniter. He's the one who's putting down this country. He's not a positive thing to say about Americans at all. I mean, honestly, he makes us sound like the worst country, the most corrupt, the most racist. I mean, move.
Yeah.
Bye, Michael, if you hate it so much.
Juan, what do you think of his comments? Because he actually went on to say, some more slanderous things. Relax, white people, put down your guns, and actually insinuated that white people basically have guns because of black people and crime. It's as if white people don't commit any crimes, which they do. They commit a lot.
Newtown?
Well, I mean, to my mind, it's unnecessary, and I think it introduces an element that then allows people to ignore reality, which is, look, if you look historically, it was efforts by whites to take guns away from black people that really, starts this argument about gun control in the country. This came up in the course of the Supreme Court debate in which the Second Amendment rights were reaffirmed. But let me just say, when you look at who owns guns, it's overwhelmingly Republicans. If you look at gun ownership between blacks and whites, opposition, again, there is...
Oh, really? Why did Joe Manchin back off on it?
It's not. That's the truth.
So inaccurate.
Okay.
51% of Americans believe in the right to own guns.
No, I didn't say didn't believe in the gun. I said who owns guns.
And that's inaccurate, too, Juan.
No, it's not.
It's not that. It's the skew. Yes, it does skew to Republicans, but it's not overwhelming majority like you're saying. Look, Michael Moore is wrong. White people who own guns aren't afraid of little freckle-faced Jimmy who's down the block, and white people who own guns aren't afraid of black people breaking in or holding them up. White people are afraid of moron, idiot liberals like Michael Moore who think they're going to get their guns taken away because they have a liberal Democrat in office and liberal Democrats in the Senate. So what do white people do? They go out and they buy guns to make sure they have guns. If these idiots have their way, they'll take them away or stop selling them.
I actually think his comments were a bit racist in themselves. I mean, that's assuming that black people commit crime. I mean, that's what he was saying, because we're afraid of black people. Why are we afraid of black people? Michael Moore, maybe you're the racist.
I can't stand giving this guy any airtime. I understand why we do, because he made $50 million on Bowling for Columbine, so he's relevant every time any sort of, gun sort of issue comes up. But the fact is, it's so hard to take him seriously when he tries to be this ramshackle, guy next door, every guy. Meanwhile, he's living in his mansion. It's $1 million, place here in New York City. He's got his $1 million places out in Michigan.
And he has bodyguards.
$50 million net worth, or 25 to 50 million are the numbers that I see. Come on.
Yeah, and he has bodyguards. And I don't know if they're guarding him,
or maybe
his lunch. Maybe he's afraid someone will steal his lunch.
I really liked him in Star Wars, though. But Jabba the Hutt.
All right, now, as you see what I'm talking about, I want to ask. I want to say to the white women. So you talking about you not afraid? So every time you see a black man like me, why do you always clench onto your fucking purse? Why do you always like walk on the side of the goddamn street? Why? I mean, you look nervous and frantic every fucking time when you see a black person. Now I want to ask the white man. You talking about ain't afraid of white people? Let me see you walk your ass down the streets in Watts, California. Let me see you walk your ass down Chicago, Illinois. Let me see you walk your ass down Fifth Ward, Texas. Let me see you walk your ass down in New York in the Bronx at night. You ain't gonna do it because you scared. And just like I said, is that you whites, yeah, you right. Y'all ain't scared. Y'all ain't afraid of black people right now, because what the blacks are in right now. But if the blacks seems to wake up and open their eyes, then that will give your ass something to be scared about. It's like I said, yes, white people commit crime. They commit more crimes than anything. They serial killers. They go around shooting up every goddamn thing. Kids, churches, shopping malls. They go around vandalism churches, spraying racism every goddamn where. Molesting kids, killing their own parents. They was bred upon violence. Heavy metal music, horror movies, fucking guns, this gun crazy. Yes, black people, Hispanics, whatever, we try to take a slice of the pizza too, but not worse as white people. How the hell you think they got America? It wasn't by fist fight. How the hell you think they brought those Africans in here? How you think they went and did what they did in Africa? It wasn't by fist fight. It was by fucking guns. They had the guns from the beginning of time. If they didn't have guns, then they wouldn't even took over America. All right? They wouldn't did what they did in Africa, because they had the fucking weapons. And they stuck with it ever since then. They stuck with it to the cowboy days in 1800s. And then when the European immigrants came here, this goddamn gangs and shit came here, it was built upon fucking guns. Africans didn't have guns. Native Americans didn't have guns. Mayans, Aztecs, the Aboriginals, the Pacific Islanders, they didn't have fucking guns. Whites had guns. Europeans had guns. They the one that manufactured that shit. The NRA, the one that supported the Ku Klux Klan. For them to have guns, but nobody else can have guns but them. Talking about you, yeah, we not afraid of blacks. Yeah, you are afraid of blacks. And somewhat right now. But if you when black people wake up and get their shit together, yeah, that will give your ass something to be scared of. Leo 1, I'm out. Peace, one love.